Hebrews 11, verses 4 through 5. By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gift, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because God had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that he pleased God. Hebrews 11, verses 4 to 5. Hebrews 11, verses
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know, get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Your home should tell your story. It should be stylish, comfortable, and uniquely you. Here at D. Harris Interiors, we don't just decorate. We design spaces that reflect your personality, your lifestyle, as well as your dreams. Whether you're revamping one room or you're transforming an entire space, here at D. Harris Interiors, we bring creativity, expertise, and heart to every project. Great design starts with connection. And I do take the time to understand your vision and to bring it to life with beauty and intention. So, are you ready to fall in love with your space all over again? Well, just give D. Harris a call at 901-303-8099 to schedule your personalized consultation today.
Tune in to the MacMan Morning Show.
Hold up. Man, this is one of the hottest talk radio shows this side of the Mississippi. We're talking about the
And it is another week that we have made. We made it to Monday morning. Monday morning, we are here. Grand rising to all of you that are here. This is May the 12th, 2025. Right now, it's about 5 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. Welcome to the Magman Morning Show to all of you that are listening from wherever you may be, whether it's in your homes, your places of business, or just wherever you might be, just trying to get your day started, doing some things. We'd like to say a special hello to all of you, especially in our naval base up there in Alaska. They wanted to say hello. They warming up a little bit. They had that real bad freeze in when they had it about 70 below or something was going on with that clock. I think the clock got frozen with the temperatures. Grand rising to each and every one of you. Thank you for coming out, tuning in rather, this morning. I'd like to say grand rising to each and every one of you. Hi to Deacon Alvin Moore and to all of you all that to the Apostle Anthony Reed, Sharon Reed, all of y'all that are here, to Alice, the blessed child of God. Uh, to all of you, to Foxy, Miss Foxy's here, and all of you all, I'm just glad that we have had this opportunity to come together. It's been so much hollering and screaming about, not hollering and screaming, but there's a sense of excitement in the air about the Pope. Now, I'm not Catholic. I ain't trying to boost the Catholic Church or anything like that, but I found something that was real interesting that about uh, Pope, the American Pope. I mean, they going nuts. But the best thing, the thing that really that I'm shaking, I'm trying to shake, and I've seen the reports. The man lived in. Now he was born in Chicago at Mercy Hospital. Okay, but he lived in Dalton. Okay, he comes from Dalton. Might as well say he comes from Dalton. In the neighborhood my old neighborhood of Roseland. His parents, his brother, and others in his family worked at Mendo High School. And if anybody know anything about Mendo High School, they used to have house parties there. I mean, they used to have them. It was really nice. They were nice people that let us come up in there, and they saw them. I mean, they just really had a time there. Also, just a fun fact we're going to just share with him. We ain't going to talk about him all day. Like, say, grand rising to each and every one of you that are here. You know something? When you look in, I don't have any bad news. I keep telling people that I am not the person that always points out some bad news. I think that the news coverage that's being given to black people now, I think these minorities, the minority. White folks are minorities. They're minorities. And they mad because they're not the majority. It's sad. It is really sad that people hate that much, and they hate as much as they do. And you hate people that have done nothing to you. That's evil. And and as Cat Williams said, I'll say it too today. There's only two sides. You either on God's side or you're on the devil's side. Most of them on the devil's side. Listen, there's some other little interesting things. Trump is lining his pockets. I can't stand him. And I think that we need to make sure that I don't know whether people want to vote or not. I don't know whether people. I think black people really specifically, and I'm speaking to my own community. I really just don't think that they don't care about it. I think the majority of my uh, community don't care about anything. They don't care whether the orange man is doing what he's doing. They don't care. They don't care. There are some that do, but we're not worrying about those that do care. I'm not. I mean, as far as they don't care, that's not my business. But for those of you that got your head on right, you know what's getting ready to come. Project 2025. You say, James, you always talk about that. Well, you better talk about it because as we're sitting here smiling and laughing and giggling about the black pope, oh, I gave it away. Yeah, he black. He's black in him. He's black. Whether they know it or not, they really gonna find out now. Not only did you get the American, but you got the man that passed for light bright and damn near white, or damn near Lena Horne white almost. Lena Horne could have passed for white almost, but she stood up and said, I'm black. And I'm not saying that the Pope got to declare color or anything, but his roots are deep in the black community. We can't neglect that fact. Where do we as a people we come on each and every weekday morning? Good morning, Alice. How are you? It's so good to see you. I just saw you right here. I didn't mean to not say. I did say hey to you earlier. It's good to see you. Good to see you all here. I just wanted to say that keep your eyes and your ears open, folks. Don't be slack on things. Remember, the trick is up. The jig is up. It's going. They're doing what they do. They're trying their best. They're afraid. These old, decrepit white folks are nervous because they feel that they're losing their grip. Their children have mixed with the races and so forth. I heard something very disturbing. Diane, I need to holler at you too. Hey, Diane Black, our next congresswoman from the state of Mississippi. Hey, Mr. Donaldson. It's good to see you. See that you're watching and everything. That's those are our wonderful people in North Mississippi that's here. Diane, you get ready to run. I'm gonna say this real quick, and Dad, I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna be nice, y'all. We got Diane. Our dad is in both of them, Deacon Moore, and we got the co-trustee board chairman. That's Mr. Donaldson. He's here too. I got Foxy that night. We almost got a whole board. Almost. We got to find us some more board members. But I wanted to say this, and I was, and to be saying this, I never thought that I would be in this position to say this after living life and seeing my parents and others go through the civil rights movement. I never thought that I would be in a position to say that, segregation's back almost. It's just hidden. There's corporate segregation, there's political segregation, and will we be able to fight it? No, we ain't gonna be. They're racist to their heart. So we know that already. Let's get that in our minds. We know that. The thing that we need to do as a community, and the thing that really messes me up, is that we worry about everything else except the real things that are really going on in our community. Folks, the police departments have gone rogue, especially here in the Mid-South. I know all of you have heard, we have reported, and I'm going to report it again. The gentlemen, and I'm using that word lightly, that were police officers in the city of Memphis that got let off by it was an all white jury. Now I'm not saying, I have to emphasize this because somebody sent me something, and I like to set the record straight. Let me put this up here, y'all. Let me take this down right quick. Alice, I'm gonna take it down right quick. Wait a minute, let me see. Grand Rising, good morning to all of you. I want you to hear me out. These 5 individuals at one time were law enforcement officers. These 5 individuals took an oath, like all first responders, emergency workers, firemen, policemen, whatever the case may be, take not only just to serve and to protect, but to uphold to take care of the people. They're servants of the people. When you see the badge and the uniform, and you see at one time they used to have officer friendly that used to come to the school and give you a coloring book and some Crayolas or something, and tell you how to call the police and the fire. Back then, last time I seen Officer Friendly, he said, "Do you know how to call the police?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I don't think you do," little white guy. And I called off the number. I know it right today. It's PO 51313. Now, those of y'all back in Chicago, y'all know that's old police. That's before 911. And he looked at me. He said, "Oh, my goodness. How did you learn that?" I said, "My mom taught me." "Oh, kudos to your mom. I didn't think anybody in this class, and we were all black." He what? He said, "How did I know that y'all knew how to call the police?" He says, "So I answer the questions. You're supposed to stop at the red light, and if anything happens, what to call." And then he tried to throw a curve. He said, "Okay, let's see. I bet you nobody can get this. What's the fire department number?" And my hand shot up. Nobody else's hand shot up. I waited to look a little bit. Nobody, and I threw my. He said, "Oh, wait a minute, Mister Police know the number man right here." So he was trying to be smart. So I told him what it was. It's FI71313. He looked at me like he could have choked the little boy, James, in the clouds. In kindergarten, he looked kind of funny. I wonder why his eyes was wide. He was hot because he thought he was going to teach the little black children how to call the police. I already knew how to call the police. What am I saying, folks? We have been taken for granted. I'm not on a soapbox preaching black liberation. I'm not here to even defend the church or those crooked preachers that they're doing. See, it's coming out, folks. You better know who you need to know for yourself. Know God for yourself. I put it that way. Stop giving people the authority over your life. Stop worshiping people and praising folks, whether it's your president, whether it's your politician, whether it's any. Well, respect goes a long way. I admit that, but you ain't running nothing. I've gotten people that said some things to me on Mother's Day was insulted. I said something. I'm not going to talk about how I don't really like holidays. If you don't love your mama every day, or if it ain't a birthday, you can't love somebody every day. It don't make somebody got to tell you to love somebody. I don't even acknowledge. I'm not going there. But that's James. That's not you. But for those of you that are out there, stop letting people make you think, and letting other people think for you. You think for yourself. You got your own mind. Stop letting people lead you down a rabbit hole. Read for yourself. Understand for yourself. Nobody's superior. There are some people that'll point your sins out to make themselves look like a saint. I think that went over somebody's head. So, but they get mad at me when I tell the truth. And I stop letting people. The only reason people will point your wrong or what you've done out to make themselves look like saints. Oh, they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that. And even the dirty rats that are doing what they do, unless they close their eyes and don't open them up anymore, they still got a chance, if you know where I'm coming from. We don't have any kind. Where is our hearts? Where is our minds? Where is our common sense? Oh, but we're so wrapped up into everything. We're partying. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're going here. We living our best life while behind the scenes, people's heads are rolling. The economy is getting bad. You say, "Oh, well, there's always been the economy been bad." But this time, folks, you better look and see what's really going on. Y'all don't think that. Now back to these jokers right here, and I call them that because now they want us to have. They were clapping and celebrating the death of Tyree Nichols. They beat this young man for nothing. Black police. I ain't talking about the white ones. They dirty, but these characters. Now, any one of these, they say, fellas, gentlemen, could be one of your relatives or mine. It doesn't matter. They beat this man to death and then they celebrated. Somebody sent me a message and say, "You shouldn't be talking about the police like that. They doing their job." These five did not do the job. I'm tired of being a victim. I'm tired of people whooping. I'm nobody's Negro or nigga or anything like that. If they want to cut me off, cut me off. I don't care, StreamYard or YouTube. I don't care. God got a way of getting his message out. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I am not a target. If you come up on me, I'm going to retaliate. Just know that. Okay? You're not going to push me around. I'm not nobody's N-word. I won't say it no more. That one slipped. So we need to stand up, folks, not we. Y'all stand up. If you don't stand up for yourself, nobody else is going to stand up for you. Read for yourself. Read for yourself. Know your law, your regulation. I'm not saying you got to take a law course, but know what happens when somebody drives up on you. Don't roll your window down. Don't get out of your car. The person asks you for something, you can be you want my license, it's right here or wherever it is. Oh, you move. Okay, be very careful, folks. But we got young people that are out. I saw something that disturbed me. We need to pull our houses together, black people. I don't know what's going on or what's happening. They made some arrests this past week when they supposed to been celebrating. I guess they were, or whatever the case may be. And these young folks just are going nuts. Why are we letting these young people run? And they don't have a voice. My mama said, you ain't got no voice. You do what I tell you to do. Where are those kind of parents? Now you can say what you want. You can turn the radio off and the YouTube off and everything off. But folks, we're living in some perilous times, and you cannot say you haven't been warned. Those of y'all that know what I mean. It ain't Sunday morning, but I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Oh, we in those days. And we got a remedy, and there's a way to live through it. God gonna take care of his people. He's gonna take care of his people. Let's talk about these fellas here. Now they mad at everybody. Their relatives are mad, talking about somebody's trying to harm them. But we saw on videotape, the tape showed it. They got Rodney King. They beat Rodney King dang near to death. Okay, they beat this boy to death. This young man to death. Didn't do nothing. He had to run. He wasn't too far from his house. He had to run from him. These idiots sprayed themselves with what kind of idiots do we have? Folks, they not innocent. Oh, they wear the badge. I don't care. I wore one too. You got to be honest. You got to serve your folks. Just because you got a badge don't mean that you serve your folks. And I'll serve warning on any police officer that think that they're going to come after me or whatever the case may be. You got something coming. I said it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being scared. I'm sick of, there's a fear when you go to the store and the police drive up on you. Oh, you look like somebody that's been, well, where did the report come from? Oh, you're smart and you're this and that. You're going to walk up on somebody and they're going to really greet you. Protect yourself. One thing I liked about a minister way back when, and my mother used to tell me about him, and I heard some things about this man. His name was Dr. C.J. Rogers. I say something about this preacher because I like how he moved. Back in the 60s, Mayor Daley sent a casket to this man's church, in front of his church, talking about, if you don't stop talking about helping the black folks and talking about the policymakers, that was them crooks and that was selling. Y'all know what policy is. Y'all saw Hoodlum and thing. They had policy back then. And Dr. Rogers had a lot of influence there. Reverend Rogers had a lot of influence, and he was you wasn't going to push him over. So they say, so Mayor Daley sent the casket. So he sent the message on his radio broadcast and told all of the members of his church. Now, y'all the Second Amendment folks and stuff like that, but see, they want Second Amendment. They don't want you to have it. But somebody trying to do something to you and harm yourself, it is no more talking about nonviolence. And I'm not promoting violence, but if you smack me, I'm going to smack you back. And even harder. You come at me, I'm going to protect myself. Stop being cowards. We're cowards. Oh, don't say that to the white folk. Oh, don't say that to this and that and the other. Oh, that's Mr. So. I'm a Mr. too. The person I'm with is a Mrs. too. You can say yes, sir, to me. If I can say yes, sir, to you, you can say yes, sir, to me. I don't go there. I'm not mad at these people. But it's a disgrace that these officers sit here like somebody's doing something to them. And now they feel that they gotten away with it. Let me tell y'all something, whether you know it or not, evil does not win, folks. It is not going to win. I don't care what you do, what you say. Evil, that's why I'm confident. Evil is not going to win. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what Trump does or what he says, he is not going to win. Anytime a man says, I don't have nothing to ask God forgiveness for, you straight devil, you the straight devil. Y'all won't call it out. He's the devil. If I saw him in the front of his face, I say, you Satan, I will never shake your hand. I will never walk in the White House with you. No, I don't want to ride in your limousine. Oh, that's the president. You ought to put your differences aside. And I'm sick of folks talking about put some differences aside. We need to confront these things. They come up in our face. They accuse and criticize us, talk about us. Even folks in our own family got a lot of nerve. Oh, you this and you that. And you know, these got some sick folks, sick people. We treat ourselves wrong. These officers don't need to be officers. They need to lock them up. No bond, lock them up. A jury of all white jury said, oh, now isn't this crazy? Hey, y'all think about this for a minute. And white folks, if y'all, I mean, people that are Caucasian, y'all call us black, so you white too. So if let me understand this. What if that young man was white and all five of these officers whooped him like they did this black gentleman? I'm waiting. See, we have mercy on white folks and they ain't thinking about us. We'll help them quicker than we help. Let a white guy walk around or walk up to the store. I've seen this. Walk up to the store and and we'll dump our pockets for him. I come up to the store and say, hey, man, I need a quarter. Oh, excuse me, do you have a quarter? Oh, man, I'm trying to get a... The niggas always begging and stuff. And the white guy came up and said, sir, oh, yeah, here. We hate ourselves. I'm putting that way. Now, let me put that on the back burner and go to this. This is McMahon Moore Show. Y'all like it? I'm not dissing you. I'm sick and tired of the double standard. I'm tired of the double standard. We hate our own self. Y'all do. I don't. I'm going to show you this here. All right. They got mad because I said that the Pope was black last week. Y'all got mad at somebody and they wrote me and say, you shouldn't do that. You should leave them people alone. Well, here it is. Now, if you ain't going to believe me, but you'll believe ABC, I got it right here. And the reason that I'm bringing this out is because they jumped on me so and talked and said I was a liar. Where here it is. You'll believe it. If you don't believe this, go research the family tree yourself. But ABC say, okay, man, we'll help you out. They didn't say that, but I'm just saying I'm laughing at the person because they listening right now. They be in the bushes and they cause all kind of trouble. Well, here it is. Pope Leo, his family tree shows black roots. Now, that don't mean he got black dye in his hair or something like that. That means somebody in his family, he's got a drop of black blood. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but they said that if you had one drop of black blood in you, that you was black. Told white folks that. One drop, that means you black. Now let's not talk about the color, but then they got mad at me. Ooh, you lying. Stop lying on man, folks gonna sue you. Well, you might well sue ABC too. You ain't getting nothing out of me. Cause it's there. That man and his family, he had to pass for white to get his children. Look, there's a lot of people right now. Lena Horne, for instance. Those of you that know who Lena Horne is, and for those of you that don't, I'm not going to give you that much of an education. But Lena Horne was light, bright, and damn near white. She could have passed for white. Imitation of life. Didn't y'all see the original? I ain't talking about the other foolishness. I'm talking about the imitation of life. The little girl. The mama, she had relations with someone that was of another persuasion, probably, or whatever, but he was white. Well, the girl had those predominant, she had black genes, but there was a color thing. And she wanted to be like all the white. How many of us will really be honest with ourselves and say we rather have the black doll than to have the white one? They did a study at the Brennan Elementary School. I'll never forget this, 1971. They did this comparison. They had the counselors that come in from the Board of Education, And because integration was really coming in, and we were on the, we came right off of Dr. King getting killed, coming right into Blackland when they let us live in Roseland. They would not let us live in Roseland. That was a white area. We could not live there. But somehow, some way, my father and my mother got that house on 113th Street. Okay, in Parnell. Y'all know that's over there by Finger. They closed Finger High School down. It was all white. And they let us move in. You know why they let us move in? Because they wouldn't let us move in when Dr. King was alive. And then when they tore up the west side of Chicago and bombing up some stuff, they said, we better let them just open up the housing for everybody. Isn't it a shame you got to act a fool to get your rights? Don't act a fool now, folks. But just let me go here right quick. Now, they say that the Pope, I got called a liar. Somebody called me something else. I don't call nobody out their name or anything like that on the air or really off. I really don't have no problem with it. But they told me, they say, Mac, man, you're a lie. You're a lie. That man ain't got no white, black blood in him. Yes, he does. And what do I mean? Y'all know what Creoles are down there in Louisiana. Some of us, we were mixed. I'm mixed. You never know. I'm not saying as far as that. We don't know who we were. I mean, the slave masters just had their way with our grandparents and our foreparents. They are the original rapists. Is the black? They're some terrible people. But in spite of all that, and in spite of all the injustices, they said I was wrong. Well, I was so glad, not just to prove them right, but just to let them say, what's wrong with black people? What's wrong with your pretty black skin? What's wrong with our handsome dark skin? That real good. We ain't even got to go into the to the tanning booth or nothing. But then they want dark skin, but they don't want that. They don't want to be like us, or they're jealous that they're not. And I'm not saying that this is y'all know this ain't no racist. So I just had to let that critic know. When you come after me, you come out with facts. If I come on the air with something, trust me, I've done my homework. And I said it. I said it. I said, watch this. First thing I get is an email. Oh, you always trying to make, you know that man ain't no black. He ain't got black in his family. Well, there it is. ABC said, see, they'll listen to the white folks. They ain't going to listen to independent James Mack, the black man on the radio. I'm not even worried about that. Whoever will listen to our show will listen. Who don't, that's your business. If you like us, that's fine. If you don't, I'm just setting it straight. We've been on a year and 4 months. A year and 4 months. And we stayed on the air constant. But when you come after the MacMan Morning Show, I got to say something about whatever you coming out. If you don't like our show, lady, ma'am, sir, dear madam, turn it off. I don't need to hear you. Evidently, you like what we're saying because you send in all of your funny messages. There's some other things that people do, and you don't think that newscasters and people that do talk, you get a little mail. I get a little mail. I don't hate nobody. Yeah, but don't go there when I bring the receipts. That's just one of them. The news did the work for me. And we just wanted to let folks know that, yeah, the man got black in him. Ain't nothing wrong with. What do you think about the black Pope? Do you think they're going to kiss his hand? I can see it now. The Pope comes back home to America, and I want to see who kisses his hand. I know y'all don't like. I know they mad at me, boy. They say, boy, you got to kiss his hand now. You got to bow and scoot. Okay. I want to see what's going to happen. God bless the Pope. Please protect them and watch over them, Lord. You know they get ignorant and everything. Yeah. When they read it, when they see this ABC thing, they say they shot. Yeah, well, he's Creole. Well, he got black in him. Okay, I want to see y'all kiss Leo the 14th hand, kiss his hand like y'all do. I don't do all that old worshiping no pastor, nothing like that. Kissing somebody hand, the Pope and all that old stuff. Preachers have in our community, they didn't wear all them beanies and pointy hats and stuff like that. They just started doing that. Everybody a Pope now. Everybody a bishop. And I mean that as costume wise. Everybody want them costume and they want a ring and a gold chain around their neck to stick it in their pocket and everything. And you are rotten to the core. You're rotten. You're not taking care of the people. You're not doing anything. There's a certain bishop that I know. and familiar with. I ain't gonna mention his name because he don't want me to mention his name out of because he'll be laughing. He probably laughing at me right now. And they got rid of him. You know why? He wouldn't go along with the faggot stuff. He wouldn't go along with the disarrayment in the church. Oh, the church got some reckoning to do too. Uh-huh. They threw him out of there because he stood up and tried to help somebody. He told them what they were doing was an abomination. Do you know what an abomination is? He stood up. Now, this is the news too. Real prominent. Stood up and they called him up. Oh, we want to do something different. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. There are people, I said it already. There are people that will pull out anything. They know everything about you to make themselves look like saints. So them lying folks, and they know who I'm talking to, and especially the person that talked about this black thing and then the Pope wasn't being black. I'm speaking specifically to you. I bet you won't email me again. Okay. Thank you. I got that taken care of. This is the Magman Morning Show. This is a show that belongs to the people. I made a promise that I will give inspiration and information first. That's the news, and inspire you to give you the things and bring people on that could possibly help us navigate through the things that we're navigating. I did something a little bit different this morning. I got Brother Lee and Foxy are here. They're already waiting in the wing, and I'm just going to say what I have to say. That's why I played the commercials first this morning. And good morning to all of our wonderful supporters and those of you that are still on the fence about supporting us. That's all right. I'd like to say good morning to our former client. I got a call from a cousin of theirs saying that they messed up and something was wrong and they was not in their right mind when things were going on. Well, send me my check and we'll talk. But if you're not, then go on about your business. See, listen, we can be too nice. I'm setting the record straight because the Magman Morning Show is getting ready to take a new direction. I try to help as best as possible. I get burned a lot because I try to help. I try to be Mr. Save or help him, and I need help myself. And then people will say, but I'm going to help if I can. Okay. You listening to other people and you lost your slot. No, ma'am, you cannot bring your commercial back to my show again. Thank you for the apology, but keep your money. And I need it. Keep your money. I don't need that dollar. See, all money ain't good money. Oh, yeah, they called and apologized and everything. Okay, that's nice, but no. Oh, you can start. No, ma'am, you're not going to. No, ma'am. Mm-mm. I got to stand for something. Or if I'm going to fall just because you got a check in your hand and you waving at me, that means I'm a hooker. That means I'll do anything for $1. Keep your dollar. I'm dead serious. Keep your dollar. You go to somebody else's program or something. Go to that person threatened me and says not threatened, but kind of my business in a sense. I'll go to Radio One. Take your little twos and froos. You ain't gonna be able to take what you were offering me to Radio One. They're gonna slam the door in your face. You ain't gonna get no commercial with them not under $5,000 corporate. Okay, you're gonna have to come in there with $5,000. All right, let's see what you do. You probably have it, so be the fool and do what you do. And nobody's going to hear you. Nobody's going to hear you. I'm grateful for my 3 commercials. They always talk about, oh, he ain't got nothing but. I had 2 at one time. I'm going to play them and wham out. I'll wear them out because these were the people that when I didn't have anything showed up. So yeah, you want to laugh at you. Your people just say, oh, it's the people in your family too. They'll laugh at you. Oh, you ain't gonna make it. Well, go to hell. Y'all going somewhere. Leave me alone. I ain't got nothing to do with it. As long as that phone is working and God let that phone work, network is going to work. It's going to work. What am I trying to say, people? It's a new day. We fooling around talking about the Pope and black and this and that and the other, and folks are going to is being destroyed everywhere. I'm gonna take one more break, and I'm gonna let Foxy and Lee come in, and we're just gonna have. I like to just talk something general. If you want to join in, you got a question or something you want to say, hit the chat. Get in the chat and say something. We're going to have, starting in 1 week's time, we're going to be having a call-in number. There's a system that Brother Martin G told me about. Thank you, Martin G Johnson. for your help. We're going to have a call in, okay? And we might extend our program for a extra 15 minutes, probably because we got to give our sponsors an opportunity to showcase their business. To D Harris Interiors. Hey, Miss D, congratulations on your award, on your presentation, and you had a wonderful opening of that studio. If you can get me that video, I'm gonna try to get that video of one of our supporters at doing what they do. And I want to thank Keisha the stylist and Little Red of Big Red's Blues Lounge. And he's been even though and he loved God. He do. And people be talking so how you go to church and you got the Boogie Woogie Club across the street. Well, the club been there since the church been there on that corner on Sunflower Avenue. And we always talking like we all righteous. Isn't that something? People will try to bring out something in your life in order for them to look good. They want to say, all that talk that they talk and they holy and everything. You know what really, if you really got the heart of God in you, or if you really have the love of God in you, you ain't putting nobody down. You ain't trying to be above nobody. Ain't nobody bowing down worshiping you. You're nobody. Ain't nobody perfect. I'm right and clean and holy. You're a liar. You just lied. Okay, I'm done with that. I ain't gonna talk about them old raggedy folks that call themselves leaders. How you gonna call yourself a leader? You sitting there, you think you can say and talk to anybody any kind of way. You don't present the gospel. It's more money driven. They're going straight to hell. I said it. Now, this is McMahon Morning Show. I'm gone now. If they don't like it, they really ain't gonna like it this time. Send me an email. Send me an email at me at MacMedia3. Get it ready, Miss Usher. Present it to the MacMan Mother. That's MacMedia3 at gmail.com. Send me all your hate mail. I'm not going to read it, but you can send it because it'll let you see that you're doing something. I'll be right back after this, y'all. Y'all just hang on a second. We'll be right back.
If your locks ain't right and your twist is on limp, you know. Get over to Keisha Studio. Specialized in locks, natural hair, and extensions. When your hair needs that special attention, make Keisha Studios your next decision. Located 3964 Goodman Road E, Suite 122 in South Haven, Mississippi. Call 901-650-9487 for your appointment at Keisha Studios. You know.
Ooh, somebody mad at me. I don't care if you mad. I just got an email. Yo mama too. So anyway, they said that was yo mama. Well, your mama nice lady too. Your mama too. But that's all right. I'll be back. I had to tell y'all that. I had to tell you. You're listening to the MacMan Morning Show. It is 9:44 a.m. It's 9:44, 44 minutes after the hour of 9 here in the Central Time Zone. You're listening to the MacMan Morning Show. I'd like to say good morning, grand rising to each and every one of you on this wonderful day. It is 12th of May, and we're grateful, moving right along as we move along today. Our panel is here. Brother, I gonna call him Dr. Lee. Isn't there something? Lord forgive me. I ain't mean to get a man a title like that. But Brother Lee is here, and Foxy, 2 Roxy, 3 is here. And I played those and got that out of the way. We got that out of the way. I'm not here to fuss. I'm here to set it straight. The MacMan Morning Show is getting ready to come on camera. I'm getting ready to, as we prepare, a lot of people, some of my family members say, man, why don't you come on? I'm coming on. I'm coming on camera. We're trying to set some things up technical wise to make sure that everything's okay. Oh, somebody says, oh, you afraid of, I ain't afraid of nothing. I'm a handsome man. Shoot, y'all get out of the way. Why y'all always trying to judge people how they look and everything? Oh, you look like this. People killing themselves. Go to the store to try to put on that mascara and all that old stuff. I'm not dissing you, but some folk need it, some folk don't though, because their attitude is ugly. That's what they say. I ain't never met an ugly person. God made us all. Oh, they ugly. Oh, they don't look right. Oh, they shape funny. And they just say, how you know your shape is right? Because somebody told you this is the way that it's supposed to be. I don't know, but that's a horse of another color too. Foxy and Brother Lee are here. Y'all say hello to everybody. We ain't going to commercial. I didn't hit them commercials early so that they would go, they talk about my little 2-3 commercials. That's all right, but they can't get on no more. Good morning, Grand Rising to both of you. How are you? Somebody say, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Good morning, Grand Rising,
Well, good
brother.
morning. Y'all got y'all coffee ready? Y'all kind of slow, ain't it? Okay, I'm gonna stop. Let me leave. Good morning,
All
Grand Rising, y'all.
right,
How y'all doing,
all
Brother
right.
Lee? How you doing, man?
Great day.
All right. I want to do some. I wanted to say something generally, and I wanted to talk general to everybody. I didn't want to bring up anything right now. There's something that I'm working on, but I'm not worried about it. But I just had this concern, y'all. Not a concern, really. Just thinking about it. One, I had got that message. Did you hear about the Pope being black, y'all? Y'all heard about it? You and Lee. Y'all heard about it? I'm not the only one that first heard about it when I hollered about it. But did you hear about the lineage that he has? I'm saying, Brother Lee. Y'all.
Well, go ahead, sister.
Yes, I heard about it. I was ecstatic. I was happy.
you was you was ecstatic, huh?
I was happy. I was grateful. And I'm just letting you know, I don't care how much you try to erase us, we still here.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it kind of like it didn't surprise me in a sense that I didn't know that this was now they were saying that the African now I knew they weren't gonna let Jet Black get in there. They weren't gonna kiss his hand. But they kidding. Now no offense to nobody to respect y'all show y'all preach or whatever. I ain't kissing nobody hand bound to nan. I don't what that's what they do. They greet and they bow and kiss his hand, kiss his ring and stuff. Like you think they gonna kiss now that they know that the Pope has got him a little chocolate milk in him that they go kiss his hand and everything. I ain't laughing, but that's what they do.
Those over
Come on,
there,
Fox.
yes. But here in
You
the
think
United States, no.
they gonna do it? They gonna think so.
I mean,
Why you say that? Why you say that? Now you got the
let me
flow,
say the
Foxy. Why you say that?
Let me
I
say
bet.
the maggers are not going to do it. The ones that's so
Mm-hmm.
Trumpy is not going to do it. The ones that's not into that little cocoon that he has of cult, they will.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that's in his little cult, oh no, they're not going
Yeah.
to do it.
So you don't think the vice president, who is a Catholic, a practicing Catholic, ain't gonna kiss the Pope's hand when he come to America? Ain't gonna kiss his hand.
No,
His wife ain't
and
gonna
first
kiss his
of all, he
hand.
don't like
Well, his
him.
wife a Hindu, ain't she? A Buddhist or something? They
Hindu.
were saying if she's a Hindu, okay. Oh, he all mixed up. He's serving all kind of gods, ain't he? Hindu, but I want to know now. I'm not trying to make. They got on my back, Foxy and Lee. They talk about me, call me all kind of names and stuff because they said I said that the man was a black man, and I was telling the truth. I said, well, he's Creole. You shouldn't say he. And black folk were at me. That man white. That man, come on, Lee. You know we got different colors and stuff like that. But they were mad, man. They were mad. Woo. What you say, brother Lee? What you think about the man and with the one drop of blood of black people? Go ahead.
Well, it should really concern us because I
It
mean,
should, but it was funny.
no,
It was funny.
well, we can get a laugh on that, but the thing is that the Catholic Church has destroyed countries for centuries, and for us to even pay attention to something like that is crazy because they have annihilated whole races of people. Catholic Church funded those ships to go to those different countries and annihilate whole races of people. Uh, even back when they
Yeah, even when
they
it wasn't the
they
Queen of Spain, wasn't she
well
Catholic, and she
listen
gave them some money? Oh, I'm
listen
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. I just
the
threw the question
the
out.
the Anglo-Saxons are Catholic, the Spanish is Catholic, the Italians are Catholic, the Polish is Polish countries, Poland is Catholic. Those countries are Catholic countries. That's in that what you call Europe, Eastern Europe, Central Europe. Those are Catholic countries. You can go to Ireland and Catholic, Protestant Catholic. I mean, so what I'm saying is this is their thing. I mean, if they elected an African American, an African English African or whatever, African descent, the thing is that that's what they do, you know, and what the Catholic Church does, we don't affect that. They come in our countries and they annihilate our people. That's what they do. They do the brown and the black is the brown, and the brown is the black. So those countries that they come to and they put their touch on what they call eradication, and in the name of the Catholic Church, they have killed millions in the name of the Catholic, called the Crusades. People read in there, say the Crusades, that they would convert people to their what we would say their religion. They would kill you
Yeah.
if you don't accept that religion. Wherever they go.
Hey Lee, talk about that a little more because people don't understand that at one time that the Catholic Church was sponsoring, they would go around and kill certain unalive folks and different countries and things like that. They went over to Africa, did some killing. They did some, you know what I'm saying? They were doing. Give us that insight.
When you see Christians, some so-called Christians in Africa, they got killed Christians in Africa. Christians are everywhere. How do you think they got there? How do you think Christianity got there? Through annihilation, eradicating races of people. People say, well, I'm Christian. Well, you don't know why you're a Christian. You know why you're a Christian is because the Catholic Church came over and killed those who would not accept Christianity and converted those who would say they want to live, say, look, in order for you to live, you're going to have to be Christian. So don't look at Christianity and say that saved your life, because it didn't. Because they represent Christianity as a form of a domination. And we blindly accept Christianity. We didn't have Christianity as they did in our home country, in our continent of Africa. There was no such thing as Christianity. Yahweh, Jesus was not a Christian. So I don't understand the ignorance of the pastors and the priests in church when they say I'm Christian. Jesus wasn't a Christian. I wish somebody would stand up and prove me wrong. That's what I have to say.
Wait a minute, hold it. But you're exactly right. I mean, Jesus is the way. He's the Savior. Ain't no title on him as a He's Savior, God, Lord, and King. He's Savior. Yahweh is the Savior. If you go to the language that was spoken, that's his name. That's the name. The letter J, as you explained once before, wasn't even in that language, Brother Lee, if I'm not mistaken. Right or wrong? They created this.
Right.
I mean, then interpretations that came. And I'm not knocking people that believe in Christ. No, I'm not.
I'm not people
I'm not
who lie.
No, thank you.
I'm not
and
people who lie.
yes,
and you can't prove a lie. And so that's the thing. When your pastor, when you go to church or you go to Bible school, you know, and you put your hand up and have a question, and if that question is counter to what's in that Bible or what he's trying to tell you, he'll tell you sit down and shut up. He'll tell you,
Oh
look,
yeah,
you
I've
don't
seen it
belong
before.
here.
I've seen it
So
someplace.
you cannot question that book. And if you say, look, who wrote this book? And he'll say, it don't matter, God wrote it. Well, who guided his hand? Well, it was King James that directed that book, and he was worse than Hitler. But they don't look at the history of the man who actually organized that book, who actually sponsored that book, which we call the Bible. The real Bible was in Ethiopia, but no one's copying that. They left out tons of chapters in that book. But when they got their hands on it, they rewrote it. Like you can rewrite a movie. They rewrote the book. And the thing is, your pastor knows this. Your pastor knows this. Your priest knows this. Your rabbi knows this.
Wow.
They know
They
this.
should.
But it's into their advantage to write it the way they want to. History is rewritten. And see, and that's the thing. We go around saying I pledge allegiance to a flag that don't even respect you, to a country that don't respect you. And see, and that's the thing. They write history in their favor. See, we don't raise our hands and say this is wrong because the African Americans are teaching this history wholeheartedly, and they know it's wrong. You got history teachers in colleges. You got historians in colleges. They're teaching things that were taught that they know is wrong. You got anthropologists. You're teaching things they know it's wrong. So, you know, when they go to school, when you go to college and you go to get an education, you're not getting educated, you're getting indoctrinated. See, it's a difference between education and indoctrination. See, that's the thing we don't
tell us the difference. We got you. Tell us the difference between the two.
With indoctrination, we can feed you lies to get you to do what we want you to do. That's indoctrinating. We can feed you a philosophy, a way of how we want you to go. That's indoctrination. That's not history. They're teaching. They're not giving you a taste of history or a knowledge of history. They're indoctrinating you. They are brainwashing you. That's what indoctrination is. It's the force of knowledge on you that's not true. So you can perform as they want you to. And see, we sit in the dark and we sit in our comfortable darkness of ignorance. And it's comfortable because we have to understand this. Most of us don't want to go to the light because it changes our whole being. It makes us uncomfortable to have the truth poured to us because now we have to get out of that discomfort of that lie and get into the light of the truth. And that truth all the time makes you uncomfortable. When you get to a space where you get to knowledge and you get to elevation makes you uncomfortable because you're not used to being elevated. So you used to being downtrodden, you used to being in that trench, and see that you get so comfortable with it, you'll accept it. You'll accept it as the truth. And see, when you get elevated, you get uncomfortable. It's just like going to a new job, a job that's better than the job you had before. You're uncomfortable with that job, but it's elevating you. It's making you grow. Anytime you grow, it's going to make you uncomfortable. Just like your feet is growing and you need new shoes and you're in the old shoes and the old shoes hurt your feet. You're growing. You're growing. You're getting in an uncomfortable place. And see, and that's the thing. We're afraid to be in an uncomfortable place. Growth is uncomfortable, but it is what you need, what God has for you. That's what I have to say.
Wow. Now, Foxy, I heard that, and I the reason that I had brought it out was because I was trying to address what was sent to me. I'm not really, and ain't nobody thinking about y'all talking about your. Listen, I'm not talking about your church. If you feel that strongly about it, tell them to start telling the truth. Then somebody's lying to you, and if you so wrapped up into a human being, you're not serving God no way. So you through. Okay, I'm just saying that's from me, not from anybody else, because somebody keeps sending me Don't send me anything while I'm on the air. I'm not going to answer you. But if your conviction is that strong and that you're thinking somebody, so I'm not talking about your pastor. Okay, I'm not talking about your leader, your Lord and Master. I'm not talking about them. Please stop sending me garbage, or I'm gonna call you out. Okay, I'm gonna call you out. We're gonna talk about whatever the topic is talking about. There are a lot of things that are going on. I'm not saying that y'all, everybody that goes to, I'm not saying everybody goes to church is wrong or anybody like that. That's not my job to do. You got to answer to God for yourself when you do meet him, because you're gonna meet him. Okay, I believe anybody don't think you are, keep a living and die. And when you'll rise, you'll see. Believe me, there's going to be a reckoning. But don't get on my back and talk about me like I didn't talk about you or something. If the shoe fits, where I'm not kissing nobody's hand, and I'm not bowing to nobody, human ever. Period. Okay, and if you don't like it, don't listen to the Mac Man Morning Show. Y'all get all bent out of shape and come over here talking. That's why I'm bringing it up, because I knew it would ruffle the feathers that stuck out there. You're gonna dog us and talk about us because I do my research. Okay, we know that King James was a lunatic. Okay, it was the order that he gave that gave us the English version. I don't know Greek, I don't know Hebrew, but I just don't believe anybody would write a book that's contrary to the things that they're doing. I don't believe anybody would be inspired to do right. They would lead us to do wrong, the hurt and the harm. The total opposite of evil is good. Evil, we know it's some evil. It's some evil, black, white, all kind of colors. Okay, there's evil everywhere. It was here before I got here. But then don't get on people, and I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I don't know why y'all think this is church. Y'all go to church and listen to them lying folks telling y'all that foolishness. Not all of y'all ain't got no lying folks or whatever the case may be. Know God for yourself and study for yourself. You got to work out your own salvation. It's not up to me. It's not up to me. Come on, Foxy. I know that you're affiliated and that you were studying, and everything. I don't know, you ain't, but you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm coming from. They used to. I mean, people are saying they get mad about their preacher. Okay, I'm just asking you. I mean, because they got on my back talking about I call the Pope. Why you lying on the Pope saying the Pope got black in him? Well, it's right there. Now go call ABC, NBC, and the rest of them and tell them that. What you say about this here, Foxy? Come in your own way.
Okay, I have to agree with Brother Leo about the Bible. There are 26 books missing from the Bible. That is a history, because the Bible has breakoffs and you wonder what happened after certain things. There's 26 that are missing. There's 9 things that is the forgot, that was history within doing Eden. There's that, if you read the Genesis, there's a break between when they left the garden and nothing else after that. There's 8 other books after that. So there's a lot of things that's not in the Bible. Some of it was reported as evil if you read those books. Enoch was an evil book to read, witchcraft and all this stuff. It's like certain knowledge they don't want you to know within the Bible. And like you said, you have to read it for yourself. You got to do your history. You got to read for yourself. You got to know the Lord for yourself. If you're going to talk the talk, walk the walk. Simple as that. Catholic is not for me, never will be for me. I do know the history of the Catholic Church. Don't like what they did. Don't like what they're doing now. My thing is, I have a problem when you have a party, and at the time I was out there in the world, I didn't know all of this. I was, remember back in the day, we used to go to cabarets in the basement of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, so, we used to go to the gym. Sure did. Go ahead.
Here we had, we used to go there and party, bring your own liquor and have a good old time. But now that I know what I know, I have a problem with that, because you're talking about God, but yet you're allowing sin in the basement of your building. And then Jesus flipped the chairs and the tables because of that. So you're splitting you're straddling the fence. So I have a problem with that with the Catholic Church. Also, I have a problem with with the way they got the nuns can't have nobody else, the priests can't have nobody else,
They
and I'm
can't
like,
get married or nothing, don't have nobody. But what they
right,
turning out then, you can't, no affection and nothing. No, we got a vow of, what you call
right,
it.
but then God bring us as man and woman on earth
That's
to
what he
mate.
did.
So how you gonna
Yeah,
stop
that's what
them
he
from
did.
mating, being a couple, when you sit back and make them, where purified to a point that they can't do nothing else? When did that happen?
Now,
How was
wait a minute.
probably
I don't know if that's pure or not, but then that's a good question. That's a good question.
that's
Go
supposedly
ahead.
make them pure, but I'm supposedly, allegedly, and I'm like, really?
Pure. Their version of pure. You know, a lot of folks got a lot of stuff about this. They pure. What makes you pure? That's what I want to know. Cause evidently I'm losing
Ain't
some.
nobody pure. Ain't
Foxy, help
nobody
me out.
pure.
Somebody,
Ain't
what's pure? What's
nobody pure. I don't
Brother
care how
Lee,
much
you pure?
money
What is
and
it? I want to know now. If I'm both of y'all now. I'm just saying this is. I'm throwing this out to both because people have this tendency to say you ain't pure, I'm pure, and you ain't pure. What makes them more pure than me and make me or I'm the low life, but you the high and mighty pooper or whatever.
Well, let
Help me
me.
out, y'all. Both of y'all help me out. Now. Help me out.
I'll let Sister elaborate on that, and I'll follow her up.
there is no purity. There is no purity. They can say all that out of their mouth all they want to. There is no purity. There's nothing on this earth pure. That's all I got to say about it.
Well,
Ooh, that was the shortest answer you ever gave.
I will.
Go ahead, Lee. Go ahead, Lee.
I will. This is this tab brother, sister has beat me to the
Amen.
punch on this one. Because she's
You beat Lee to the
100% correct,
punch.
and because just like perfection, and it's strange, they both start with the letter P. Purification, pure. They're they are related because there's nothing that's perfect and there's nothing that's pure. And this is another thing about knowledge. If the so-called scientists and genealogists and all of this, if they were to tell the truth, they'll say there's no such thing as pure.
Why they keep saying that though, Lee's like we got the disease or we got
that's their
what is
way of
it?
saying that they are better than X, Y, and Z. That's why they are saying that's what the reason why they go around saying that we're the pure white race. Well, they're ignorant, and that ignorance is being followed up in media, in the church, in their country. And see, okay, the thing is when you see these Caucasian countries go over to other countries, and first they say, yeah, we're pure race, like the Germans were saying, they're pure race, but you had other races inside that race, and they don't know whether Germany didn't have any walls up on their borders. People were mating from without borders. So Germans don't know what's in their bloodstream, what's in their DNA. Just like the English don't know what's in their DNA. All of those Caucasian countries don't know what's in their DNA, and if they were to analyze their DNA, they'll find out that they're probably less Caucasian than anything. Most people, which people can look this up, and people can get upset, but you can get upset with the facts if you want to. But thing is, less than 7% of these people in this United States are Caucasian, and that can be proven. That's a fact. And if any Caucasians are listening, you're probably not a Caucasian. If they take a DNA test, they'll show you're not a Caucasian. You probably got more African blood than anything. And you're fighting on the wrong side. And that's the thing. A lot of
Man,
white
don't you
folks
tell
fight
them folks they ain't no pure white folks, or
they're
they ain't
fighting
pure in the trait.
they're fighting on the wrong side. They are more brainwashed than we are. Just imagine you African and you saying white power. That's crazy as hell. But that's what they're doing. They don't want to know their past, because if they do, it's a disturbing thing to them. It would blow their heads off, because that's the thing. You got to understand, just like we don't want to know our history, be woken up, because then we have to rearrange our whole way of thinking. We have to first, and I'm going to say this, we have to first throw up. When I mean throw up, I mean throw up, literally throw up all of this indoctrination, these lies, before we can cleanse ourselves. See, in order to cleanse the body, you got to get rid of the poison, the toxins, the things you have eaten, as far as knowledge, what we call knowledge. We have to throw this stuff up. We have to get this stuff out of our system before we can accept the truth. And see, those two can't live together. A lie and a truth can't stand in the same place. And that's why first we have to throw all of this mess up out of our system, and then we can be taught. Until we can willing to throw out all of this stuff out of our system, all these lies, then we can grow. Then we can be the people that God wants us to be. But right now, we're not willing to throw all of this stuff up. And I'm going to tell you something. It's some stuff like, okay, that long, straight hair is the beautiful thing. All these white features are the beautiful thing. We got to throw that stuff up. We got to throw that up like you got to vomit. Like you got to vomit. You vomit all of that stuff out your system, and then we can accept who we are. It was a time when we said black is beautiful. We wore that naturals, and we didn't put on all that stuff, and we was proud of how we looked. Didn't last but a few decades, and then we went back to that nonsense. That's the thing. And we was proud to have sisters had afros, brother had afros. If we could grow one, no matter how small it was, we grew one. Brothers and sisters wore dashikis on the street and proud of wearing dashikis. We proud of putting, hey, right on. That was the thing. And now we have totally gotten away from that. We was on our path to cleanliness. We was on our path to knowledge. We was on our path to our greatness. But all of a sudden, after those 2 decades, we went sideways. See, because I'm going to tell you something. Like you could take the 20s, the 1920s, when we was putting the straight stuff in our hair and we wanted to look like them. We got to understand, we went from that to the 60s where we threw all of that stuff out. We threw it all out, and we wanted to look like us. And that's the thing. You got that thing, and it's the point. We had the point where we wanted to look like them. Then we got away from them. We got to us, wearing the dashikis, learning about our history, teaching it. Black Panther Party, all of these other social groups that we were in, teaching us knowledge and self-love. And then we got away from that. And now we at where we are now, trying to look like them again. And it's working because we buying their products, we getting their nails done. All of that stuff is not black history. That's white history. That's white dumbness. You know what? We look more like RuPaul. Our women look more like RuPaul than they do a woman. RuPaul. They do. That's if I'm lying. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Somebody please tell me I'm lying, because our sisters, and I'm not just getting on the sisters, I'm getting on the brothers. I seen a brother the other day, and I can see him every day. I can see him all day. There's some brothers that wearing they pants all down low. When I mean down low, it's like you can see the draws, not just see the draws. The draws is there, and they thinking that's somehow cool. We can get a fool to accept anything. If we can get a grown man to pull his pants down without me putting a gun to his head, they got their wish. White folks has gotten their wish. When I can get a black man to pull his pants down around his thighs and without putting a gun to his head, then that's what Caucasians say. How can we get this man to look like a fool? So social media has taught you, and social media has said being that way is a cool way. They pull their pants all around their thighs, and then women don't say nothing about it. If they don't accept it, they say, "Look, I don't accept that." and then maybe we'll pull them up. But brothers got to get that self-esteem from themselves because we are leaders. We got to stop every time a trend hits. We got to get on the trend. Every time a trend hits, we got to get. We can't speak English to save our life. What I mean is, this is the thing I'm telling you like this. And we'll use words. As soon as we find out, as soon as we get a word like liar, we come up with a word receipts. What the heck? As soon as we learn one word, we get another word. And pretty soon, receipts are going to be an old word. And they're going to come out with another word. It's like we got to learn all this slang. We can't
All
get a
that
word
over
right.
again.
Stick with a word. Stick with a
Wow.
word. Why we got to be cool with cold words like receipts? I got the receipts. No, say you got the truth. And it's a lie.
That's true.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Everybody want to be cool, but we can't even communicate in a language we can understand. We talking in code. You go to job and talk about receipts. Now, they say it on ESPN and stuff like that. Well, we got the receipts. No. You got the truth, or you don't have the truth. See, we got to stop going on with this slang, word up and all that. No, tell me the truth. Speak the English.
Tell you the truth.
Or speak the Swahili, but don't come up with something that's totally means one thing, or means one thing and say something else. Receipts mean receipts from the store. Now receipts mean I got the truth here. I got the proof here. Well, say proof. Yeah. We ain't got to talk like that. We speak straight up and stop coming up with all of these different words for the same meaning of words. And you know what? I'll say this. We have to vomit. We have to throw up all of this lies that's been fed to us before we can get the truth. And that's the thing. And not being afraid of the reality, not being afraid of the truth, not being afraid of who you really are. And that's the thing about us. We are living a fantasy. We are living in a matrix because we don't want to be woke up. We don't want to take the blue pill. We want to keep the red pill. Well, that's the thing. You say, I give you this pill. This pill will wake you up. This pill will keep you in a dream. Which one you want? You put me back in a dream. We in a dream. We don't want the truth. See, and that's the thing about us. We don't want to be told the truth. That's how Donald Trump got in office, because he fed you lies. And when they feed
but then I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to know though too, Lee, and you too, Foxy, is not is, but I'm gonna say it like this. Let me put it this way. Brother Lee brought something out, Foxy, and it's something that I think that a lot of people are. Is it that they're afraid to tell the truth? Is it that you scared to hurt somebody's feelings, even though what is it that's keeping up? What is this woke that they talking about? Now, I mean, tell me about that, because you had said something. Somebody said, "Well, we're woke." What is this that they're saying? Are we woke up to something that they don't want us to be woke up to, or something, Foxy? And then you can elaborate on what Brother Lee was saying. Go ahead, man.
Okay, from what I get from what they call woke is that it's for the white folks, not for us. We already been woke. Some of us a little slow at being woke. But they are finding out stuff that now that we know, and they're afraid of it. So now they don't want us to be woke, as they say, because just like they're trying to erase history. They don't want the blacks to know who they are. As long as they can keep blacks down or keep blacks dumb, as they say, then they are right. But now that we're finding out our histories, we're doing research, we're climbing, we're bringing ourselves back out. We're like Brother Lee said, we was out there, black power, black is, I'm black, proud to be black. Now all of a sudden, oh my goodness, they're rising back up. What it was, they saw how well we did and how we came together all across the country with George Floyd, and it scared them because it was too many of us that came together and changed things. So they're afraid. So now we're considered woke because of that. See, we have been fighting for a while, but then we stopped. When George Floyd was unalive, And we all came together throughout the United States, and then the world started joining us. That scared them. So now all of a sudden they want to erase history. They don't want nobody woke, because now they see that we're standing up for our rights. We're standing up for who we are. We're standing up as blacks. We're standing up for the kings and the queens that we are, that they try to erase. They don't want us to stand up and rise again. So they got to try to erase and try to keep us down again. So we won't ever get to that point again to scare them. They were petrified. They were petrified. And when they tried to do the march on the Capitol, they was trying to do what we did, but it didn't work that way. It ended up going violent that way. So now they trying to do everything to do martial law to keep us from rising up again against them, because white people are afraid of us. They are petrified of us, and they don't want us to rise up again. That's why they got rid of, when they got rid of Black Wall Street, they wanted to get rid of that. So once they got rid of that, they thought, okay, I got the black people down, we in charge again. Now, when George Floyd was unalived, then we rose so big, it frightened them again. So now they're coming with this woke stuff to keep us down, so we won't rise up like that again, because they know we can dominate them. We can dominate them. We can change this world, and they can't stand that. They want it to stay, as they call themselves, it's woke now, woke this, woke that, woke that. Then when they did the DEI, they thought that was part of the woke, and it backfired on them.
And they got all these initials and this, that, and any other. Brother Lee, our co-host, I want you to. I know that we're leading off to breaking down our coming to the end of our show. Come on, Brother Lee. Let me ask you and Fox. I want to ask you this, and then I really want to know this. What is it that's keeping us from? It's this woke thing. What did you get now? Because I asked Foxy the same thing about this woke thing. Tell me about why they kept that. Like we was asleep or something. Help me out a little bit, Brother Lee. What are they trying to convey with this new thing called woke? As we wind down our last couple of minutes.
Well, white people, that's a code word. See, everything don't mean what they say it means. Woke is a code word till we're coming together. See, that's the thing. When white folks say woke, that means the code word to mean it's time to come together. See, that's the thing what they mean. The DEI, see, they are saying, when they say they're against DEI, they're saying we don't want them to catch up. Caucasians had a 400-year head start. And I mean, not just before slavery, after slavery, they still been holding us back for 400 years. See, and they hate to say, well, we don't want you. What they're saying, just listen to what's being said here. They're saying they don't want no one to catch up. When they say get rid of DEI, DEI means give me a fair chance. Make up for the fact that you held me back. Make up for the fact when the gun went off, you was running and you told me not to run yet. So now you telling me I gotta stop running. I can't catch up. See, we have to, come on. Then this is the thing that our so-called speakers, I don't call them leaders, the mouthpieces that we have, don't tell the truth. Don't say, look, DEI means that we just need some things so we can catch up. We ain't talking about do us a favor. Here's the thing. When they put their foot on our neck, they didn't say, well, to explain why they need DEI, they won't even explain why you need it. It's because you held us back. See, that's the thing. They need to get on CNN and say, this is why DEI even exists. It's because you discriminated against us. You held us back. You didn't allow us to go anywhere, do anything. We had a few to slip through the fence. That's the exceptions are not the rule. Just because Oprah got a show, that don't mean all blacks can get a show. That's the thing we got to understand. See, that's how they say, well, look at Beyonce, she's making millions. Well, just because one is making $1 million, that don't mean we all do. We don't have that opportunity. And we got to stop using people like Beyonce as our leaders to show that I want to be like her. You will not be like her. She's the exception and not the rule. See, that's the thing. She's not the leader. She probably can't count to 10. But we want to say, I want to be like Beyonce. I want to have what you have. You're not going to have it because they drink the Kool-Aid. Jay-Z drink the Kool-Aid. You want to be a yes Negro, well then drink Kool-Aid and see what you get, because everybody can't drink from that Kool-Aid. They only pick a certain few to drink the Kool-Aid to keep us in line. Wow. See, that's the thing. You know how they got, you know what reparations is. You know what they giving reparations. I'm gonna tell you something. Reparations is been given out there since the beginning. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Reparations. White folks has figured out how to give reparations and get control. You know what they've been doing? They say they can't. They won't give everybody reparations. Not all the black folks get. You know who they found out? They found out how to save money, how to get control. They give it to the black leaders. See, you give it to the few to keep the many in line. See, that's why you see your black leaders driving nice cars. That's why you see Beyonce living like she is. They give it to them to keep the millions and billions quiet. See, that's how they give. They say it's cheaper to give the leaders reparations because all your leaders are going to dress better than you. All your leaders are going to have nicer houses than you. I don't care if it's the civil rights leaders, because they kill the ones who won't take the money. They killed Dr. King because he wouldn't take the money. They killed Malcolm X because he wouldn't take the money. So
wait a minute, that's interesting. Hold on. You just opened up another box. You know, I thought about this, Lee, that the powers that be were trying to buy off our leaders like Malcolm X. What I'm saying is, I mean, but no, people didn't believe that this was going on, Lee. That these Jesse, whomever, that okay, I'll give you fame and fortune. I'll let you make some money. Think about the people that we call our leaders. Yeah. That you just got through saying. I don't know. I mean. And they bump them off, man. They took our leaders out of here.
The ones that take the money, that's the ones you see now. The ones that don't take the money, they discredit them or they unalive them.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing. That is what they do. See, that's how they do it. That's how they figured out how to do it. They say, we don't have to give you reparations. We just got to control the people that you look up to. And that includes your Tiger Woods. That includes your Beyonce. That includes your Jesse Jacksons. That includes them. I said, and your Al Sharptons. And I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. And if Al Sharpton was sitting in front of me, I'd tell him he's been taking reparations because he's been investing in a better house than me. He's got better money than I do. And houses, people that he's supposed to serve, they living worse than him. So he'll say a couple
Let me ask you, I want to ask you something though, Lee, on that. Hold on, Lee, because wait. We're going to I'm extending the time just a little more. We ain't got to go nowhere. I got to get this answer though, because you hit something, Foxy, and I've heard you in the background. Do you think, this is a question for both of y'all, do you think, how did you just have it? You just said something about, oh man, that certain people get the money. Okay, we're going to give the few, we're going to let them keep the hold on because they got that by them being bought or whatever, or got that reparation or whatever the case may be to keep us down. Well, it's your job I'm going to give you this, but you got to dance by this music. It's the same thing that they were saying.
Yes.
P. Diddley thing ain't nothing new, y'all. Yes. Y'all think that's something new or whatever. Come on, Lee.
It's just, okay, just like this. Like I tell you like this. And I'm going to jump on that P. Diddley thing real quick. The thing is, okay, Hugh Hefner was doing what P. Diddley did. And he was doing it to little white kids, little black kids. He had them in his parties. He had Drew Barrymore was at
sure did.
Party.
Michael Jackson, all them was down there at the match.
Years old doing drugs. She tell you, she was at Club 59 or 57, whatever the club there was. She was doing drugs
54.
there, and she was 12 years old. She was at the Playboy Mansion, and she was 12 years old. And they had other people, other little kids like that at that party. And this man ain't served a day in jail. He was on TV smoking a pipe. This man walked around in his drawers and his robe all
He
day.
sure did.
All day.
He did.
Did you see
Pajama silk one.
Did you see Puffy in his drawers? No, he ain't in his drawers. Hugh Hefner walking around in his drawers and saying, this is what he do. This man said, I got 7 girlfriends. I got 7 harems of women here, and then I got more women in the corner over there. He told you that. He had them on TV. He had them on the Playboy butt naked. He put his women butt naked in a magazine. So let me tell you this about reparations. They pay our leaders to keep us quiet, to keep us sedated, to keep us, you see, we look up to, you see white folks look up, do they look up to their singers? We look up to our singers, our basketball players.
They do, but we don't do it. They don't do it like we do it, though.
Caucasians don't look up to their sports stars. They don't look up to their singers to give them guidance, to tell them how to dress. They're not looking up to Frank Sinatra to figure out how to dress. They don't look up to, we looking up to Beyonce, we looking up to Jay-Z, we looking up to all of these celebrities and all of these politicians that don't give a heck about us, that's black, and we looking up to them, say, what can we do? What should we do, master? What should we do? What should we do?
Well,
looking up to them. We looking up to Oprah to tell us how we should think. And she in a mansion, got 10 mansions. We looking up to her, say, what did Oprah say today? Who gives a heck about what Oprah thinks?
I know. All right. Come on, Foxy. Lee got the smoke. Lee got the smoke. Come on, wait, Lee. Just to get you some water first. I ain't doing. There's no offense. I'm gonna bring you back. We extending this a little bit because I think that this has to be said. We have sat back long enough, folks, and folks been rolling on us, and we know what we know. DE, whatever, this and that. They even cleaving to what they're saying, "Oh, you woke," meaning that you've been. Oh, now you aware of. I always took it. You aware of what I'm doing to you now, so you woke up. You was asleep when I can mistreat you and treat you like a dog and a slave and everything. But y'all got this wokeism. Talk about this wokeism. I just want to know from you, Foxy, because you right there, the nation's capital. What's going on with this woke business? What is this foolishness? Tell me about it, please.
It's another form of racism. That's all it is. Another form of racism. And they're trying to use it as a woke culture and woke this and woke that, woke this, woke that. It's trying to make them superior over us again. Because like I said, they don't want us to rise again. We are able to rise. And if we rise the right way, we can rise to change some things. But they got to, like Brother Lee said, they got to put out here a Beyonce and her Beehive and all this other stuff. To me, that's what hurt Kamala during her election. You had too many stars that wasn't representing women or men the correct way as far as our culture. You should have had some people up there that has inspiration, someone that had knowledge, use their brain, that can come psychologically well, not come out there, oh, whoa, popping their coochie and all this stuff. That's what hurt you, because you're giving an image to our young people. This is our lifestyle, and it's not. We need to come back and show that we are educated Black people, and we are knowledgeable, and we have inspiration in us. It's embedded in us. Just like, I grew up young. I always heard if you was a Geechee, you was a witch and all this stuff. But I read back into my history. That's not true. But
what you call it? A who? A hooji? What you call it? Call it again. It's a Geechee? What you call it?
Geechee. It's African. It's African descent from South
Okay.
Africa.
Yes, ma'am.
And they put them on the coast of South Carolina, and some parts of Georgia, Florida, and things like that. What it was, they were part Indian, part Africans. So they called them Geechee. You had the African language, and you also had the Indian language. So they called it Geechee because they figured out a form to communicate with each other. because of their language
Okay.
barrier. So they made it seem like because that happened, oh, it was, they had witchcraft and all that, where, Indians do, deal with natural herbs and stuff. Africans deal with natural herbs. So in the white folks' eyes, that was considered witchcraft. So they gave us, so they isolated them from the rest of the world, well, the rest of the United States, to try to make
But
them
yet took those same cures and those same herbs, mixed some
right.
additives to it, and made aspirins and all that stuff. But we had natural painkillers from right outside the woods somewhere and in the
And
rainforest
see,
and things.
and part of that is Creole too. We're a part Creole. So we mix with three different races, as they
Watch out now. Watch out. They talk about the Pope is Creole and black. What's up, brother? Okay, go
yeah.
ahead.
So, they, if you know the Creole, they're considered dealing with black magic. Okay. Africans dealing with black magic. You know, and then they changed hoodoo to voodoo to make people not trust that religion. And if you do your black history, hoodoo was the same form of dealing with herbal healing as the Indians did. So this is the thing that now that people are waking up to all these things, they're like, oh, well, they're woke now. No, we knew this, but it was not taught to us. So now that we are studying the internet, like I call Google College, and I call YouTube University. If you want to know anything
You
or
said the
learn
Google
anything,
College.
Google College,
Go
Google
ahead.
anything.
Hmm.
Then you got YouTube University where they can break it down for you. You can go on any video and it'll break it down. If that one didn't break it down enough for you, you go to another one. So it's the thing is people are starting to get more educated. The blacks are getting more educated on their history and they're mad. They're trying to stop us from learning our history. And then they don't want the whites to learn our history because they know once we learn our history, we're unstoppable. We
I
have
think that some people. I think that some people are afraid that if they find out that little Bobby and little Susie and little Karen is going to be sympathetic to what had happened, because I find some black people don't really associate themselves with being black. They want to be associated with their new friends, and then somebody told me, "Ain't there was no racism, Mr. James?" I said, "Did you read back? Did you read about the civil rights movement? You mean that time and period where we were unintelligent?" I said, "We were what?" He said, "This is what this child said. We were unintelligent back then. We intelligent now, and we should get along and be friendly with everybody, Brother Lee. We ought to get along with all of these folks that woke up and everything." That's what they did. That's what the kids said. "Oh, my friends, when there's no civil rights or who. Are kids really, Brother Lee, losing consciousness? Our kids, that is, of who they are because they sleep and
Um,
ain't woke."
well, well, the thing is that our parents and our teachers and even us, we're not teaching these kids because kids, the parents are saying, "Don't talk to my kids." Um, teachers are afraid to teach because they may lose their job, they may lose their position. And that's the reason why kids are
Mhm.
not learning like they should. And when you go to these libraries, there's nothing in there to teach you. It's got an outline of history, of Black history, but never the inside of Black history. And see, and that's the thing. We can learn about uh, Frederick Douglass, but do we really learn about Frederick Douglass? We got a couple of lines about him. We got how he lived, how many wives he had, and things like that. But we don't have what got him started. Why did he start? What is he
Right.
doing? Booker T. Washington, those things. And it's 100 Booker T. Washingtons. It's 100 Nat Turners that we don't know about. We say, oh, look at that brother Nat Turner. He did this. It's 100 of them. Thousands of Nat Turners that rose up.
Right.
See, that's the thing. We say, oh, man, Nat Turner did this. 12 years a slave, it's 1,000 of them. It's a
Yeah,
10,000
did.
is of
Great
that 12
movie.
years a slave. See, and that's the thing.
Hmm.
We say, oh, that one brother rose up. No, that was 1,000, 10,000 brothers just like him that was
Hmm.
snatched, sisters that was snatched, and they rose up
Hmm.
and they fought. And see, and that's the thing. We look at that one. And that's the thing. We keep looking at the one. They want us to look over here, not over there. See, and that's the thing what we got to understand. When they say things like woke, when they tell each other, white folks, Caucasians tell each other about woke, that means that's a code word. That's a code word to come together as white folks.
Cold word.
That's
White folks.
see, that's the thing. We can't take the word as the word. You got the white folks speaking code. You know, they tell each other, look, don't worry, everything's all right. That means we got this under control. We getting these Negroes together. We get putting these Negroes in a deep sleep because we got help from people like Beyonce, Oprah Winfrey, and see, and I like me some Oprah, but I don't like what Oprah's doing because Oprah's keeping us asleep. Oprah's keeping us pacified because Oprah say the right thing so Oprah can get those loans, get the tax breaks, get all of those things that she can get so she can maneuver. You know, and sisters look up to Oprah. I want to be like Oprah. Be like you. We need some more individuals. We don't need a whole lot of followers. See, that's the thing. We don't need no more sheep. We need some shepherds. We need, see, and that's the thing. Your pastor keep telling you, you're the sheep. No, he don't, you know what the pastor don't say? He don't say we need more shepherds. He say he the shepherd. He wants a bigger flock. That's what he tells you. I want a bigger flock of sheep. He don't tell you, I need more shepherds to help me. I need more sheep so I can have more sheep, so my sheep can make more wool, so I can make more money, and I can buy bigger planes, and I can have these mega churches. And see, that's the thing we got to understand. We have to think beyond what we be thinking now. You see, that thing, our way of thinking got cobwebs on it. We got to break out of these cobwebs, and we got to start thinking. And when white folks and Caucasians say something, when even black folks say nonsense, we got to call it out as nonsense. Because when you see a Negro driving in a nice car, he say, I want to be like you. How do I get to be like you? He said, well, you got to do what the Caucasians tell you to do. You got to act like them. You got to speak like them. You got to walk like them. You can walk like you. You can speak like you and have what you want. You don't have to make yourself disappear. And that's the thing. We disappear. We assimilate bad. We don't know who we are. And that's a fact.
My problem is we get out here, we want to use slang. I was listening to a young lady, and she's supposed to have been an inspirational speaker. Most of her speech was slang, hollering and slanging. And I'm like, really? I'm like, you supposed to be inspirational. How you inspirational if you're sitting there or standing there? Let me correct that. Standing there talking gibberish. That is not the English language. That is not plain English. But you're trying to be for the youth. I talk to the youth straight up, English to English. And I, just like a young man, we had a store, used to have a store in my building. A little convenience store for people to go into the building to get a little whatever they have if they can't get to the store right away. And there was a young man in line. He had his pants half off his butt. And I told him, I said, you need a belt? He looked back at me. I said, excuse me, do you need a belt? I said, I see your pants is falling off. So I was going to let you know I have several belts upstairs, a men belt from my son that might fit you. So you want me to give you one? I don't mind it. I mean, they're stylish. They're not old. They're stylish. So if you want me to get a belt for you, I can. So now every time that young man see me, he pulls his pants up. But not
at least you had a chance to tell him.
Right. And I told him.
Tell him pull your pants up. Yeah.
Basically, but I did it in a roundabout way in English. I didn't come
in
at
English.
him. I didn't come at him. I came to him and spoke to him, not at him. And he respected me for that. Till the day he still see me and say, hi, Mom, and pull his pants up.
And pull his pants. At least he pulling his pants up. Listen, we went over a little bit. I want to give a programming note, and this invitation is to everybody, and including our co-host and to our guests today. The city of Harvey is having a board meeting tonight, and we promised that we were going to carry it. We'll be going live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're
Okay.
available, we're going to come on live. And Fox, if you can come on, Brother Lee, y'all can come on. Our dear sister, Miss Kobe Chapman is going to be there. Y'all show up. Now, I heard through the grapevine that she got some folks covered, some extra help coming, and they heard our show. They enjoyed it and everything, which I thank y'all for enjoying. But we need y'all to get down there to watch over our sisters back because they're down there doing all this foolishness. Now, don't y'all go down there and go to jail or nothing and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to pull nothing because the cry has been out. And I heard from Martin G. Johnson that he might be there tonight. So we got double. We're going to get feed from everywhere, but we promised them that we were going to put this out. And don't, please, folks, come on and just tune in. We're going to ask you to get the replay also. Hopefully we can get together. Foxy will be here, Brother Lee. If you co-host, you come when you want to do what you do. Come on in. Let's see what's going on. And afterwards, there will be a pre-broadcast, a post-broadcast with the alderwoman and her various supporters that are there, just to help them to shine some light on what was going on. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're working on this evening. I had to bring this conversation up to you all about what was going on because people get all bent out of shape about nothing, and they want to holler, they want to scream, oh, I'm Catholic, I'm this. I'm not telling you who to serve or whatever. That's your business. You're going to find out eventually. But my whole thing is this. I have a right to believe. Stop calling, oh, you're not pure. What in the hell is this pure and perfect stuff that people get, like one person out of everybody in the group or the congregation is perfect, and all y'all need to get to where I ain't going for it. That would have kind of bothered me. And folks was worried about whether the Pope is black and all that. You're going to find out eventually whether Jesus is. I don't know. It doesn't matter what color, as long as I see him. I want to make it. I believe that I am. I believe that I can speak for myself. Listen, this is the MacMan Morning Show. We're going to say bye to everybody. Listen, don't forget at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, we're going to be coming back on with our broadcast. Brother Lee, I'll be here. That's just at 6 in the evening where we are. I think Miss C is on the East Coast, so that'll be after 7 or 7 o'clock or so. I know you'll catch y'all. Y'all come on in, and we're going to be here to help support our brothers and sisters in the city of Harvey and the things that are going on there. So we're going to be there to try to do the very best that we can. Listen, this is the MacMan Morning Show. Thank you for this wonderful Monday. Y'all enjoy yourself, love somebody, pay attention to what's going on, wake up. Like they say, we woke. A lot of us asleep, but we ain't woke. Well, we need to wake up. Listen, we'll be back here on tonight at 6 o'clock with more commentary and to see what's going on in the city of Harvey and if we can help. If it's 9 o'clock, weekday morning, it's the MacMan Morning Show. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, God willing, same time, same place. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Is the last thing on the